Baby, you may want to put a shirt on. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, gee. We're all just we're making some adjustments here. Oh.
Forgot. Sorry. My bad.
It's all right. We'll get everything sorted.
No tengo con qué picar esta mierda. Yeah.
Let's see.
Give me a minute, okay? I'm trying to open this shit.
Let me make myself a little bit smaller. Never smaller than my ego, but...
Go.
Welcome back, Mr. Aku. Ooh, let me just fix your camera. Take that L out of there. Just a moment. And so we return. Oh, most arcane sounds coming from our wizard's camera.
I'm doing some magic.
There was some kind of tendril spell happening there.
Oh, ow! Shit! It's
Holy hell.
It's my fucking pee!
Somebody rolling for damage?
It's a critical motherfucker! Ah, shit.
Hang on. Mike says he can't find... Did you guys click on the latest link I just put up here? Yeah, it should be the same one. Let's see.
Much better now, I guess.
I don't know what to tell you, Mikey-chan.
Sorry, I totally forgot that we were streaming. My brain was someplace else. My bad.
Oh, don't worry. I didn't show you live during your moments of momentaryhood, but you know, quite relevant to the place of today's. Oh, you got hit in the funny bone?
Yeah, this motherfucker right here. This one.
Okay.
Hurts like a fucking bitch. Ouch.
Terrible. Most horrifying. Let me just increase the music volume.
It is.
Okay, my friends. Well, today's session might not be the
My
longest.
brother Sully, what up?
Oh my, we have Sully with us. Let's see.
Yeah.
I may have to add his camera somehow. I'm not sure if I... Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna make some little editing magic here and see how we can add Sully a bit more easily.
Oh, that's a nice camera. Yeah.
I'm going to put you over on Murakan's slot just because I don't want to fiddle with this a little bit too much right now. May have to restart your camera, Mike.
Es que no hay agua en las habitaciones, ¿no? Todo tienes que comprarlo.
That is terrible. Aha, there we go. That should be Mike with us. Okay.
Marico, fíjate, anoche me quedé en el City, no sé qué, es uno de la misma cadena de Marriott, ¿no? Es un ejecutivo ahí cerca del aeropuerto. Marico, una botellita de agua de este tamaño, 0 jarra, y si quería agua tenía que ir a un vending machine que solo aceptaba tarjeta de débito.
Oh, Jesus.
Y yo con efectivo.
For our audience,
Y yo así como que, ¿qué hago con el efectivo? ¿Lo enrollo? ¿Qué hago con el efectivo? ¿Lo enrollo y me lo meto por culo y me muero la sed? Porque no tenía como coño comprar agua.
Exacto.
Well, our
Marico,
wizard is...
es un peo en este país no tener cuenta bancaria. O sea, literalmente no eres un ciudadano. Eres un ciudadano de tercer grado, marico. Es tan insoportable.
Sí. Papi, puede que quieras intentar sin video porque te tenemos entrecortadísimo, pero así a nivel...
Estoy tratando de conectarme a la computadora porque aquí la señal está, huevón. Es que el internet aquí en esta hotel está shitty.
Es internet.
Nada más conectarme al wifi a ver y me dice. No digas esa mierda. Déjame conectarme al wifi de la...
Ah, claro, con razón no me escuchaban. Estaba yo muteado. Me cago en Dios.
LOL.
A ver.
Yeah.
Bueno, my boys.
¿Cómo está la vaina?
Esta que ya es mucho.
Well. It's been a while since we played for diverse reasons. So, because today is a bit of a special edition instead of the usual Sunday, I would like to invite you all to take it quite easy. You know, we're dealing with technical difficulties, issues, and changes, but I think that shouldn't stop us. So, are you ready for me to begin giving you a bit of the story so far?
I am.
So this is session 17, House of Healing. It is now early morning, although none of you can see that, because inside the house of women with red feet, no light from the outside is permitted. At the end of last session, the players entered a house by following some footprints on the ground, which were red, glistening as if painted or bloodied. However, your ally led you to place called the House of Healing. This is a place you can come to satisfy the needs of the soul, from the basest instinct of flesh against flesh, to the pleasure of willing and kind company, to the stimulation of wit in game and play. The loving bodies, clever tongues, and wise minds of the priests are at the disposal of those in need, always. You have spent the night here, and whatever you required, that was provided. Oh, let us reconnect our wizard here. That should be our...
I'm here. I'm just trying to I'm trying to connect my computer.
Very well. So as I was saying, and we now go to an underground room at a comfortable temperature. The ceiling is low, and it's made to seem even lower thanks to hanging silk veils that converge on a small floating ring in the middle of the room. From there, a crystal casts wan, pinkish illumination over those gathered. Our heroes descend into this area from one of the rooms that they've spent the night in. Let me just a moment. Hang on, just going to put my little battle beast away.
Yeah, he's poking around with the.
Trying to see which one works best, to be honest. Well, let me see.
Well, so one of the good things about moving back in with your parents is you have someone that you can leave your children with. Ain't that something? Hello, Arepa Master. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Who are we missing?
He just reconnected again.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yo, what up?
5. Why do I have 5 connections?
Good evening, mate.
Oh, because I was testing my computer connection to see if I should connect with my computer alone from the Wi-Fi.
Okay, there we go.
What?
Now I'm here. Habla mi mardito.
And there we go.
Se ve mejor la PC que el teléfono, la verdad.
Excellent. Now, where the hell did I put my beer? So where was I?
On the ground room, pink lighting.
Yes, indeed. Just gonna get back to it. The ceiling is low, and it seems even lower, thanks to hanging silk veils that converge on a small floating ring in the middle of the room. From there, a crystal casts wan illumination over the gathered. Our heroes now descend into this area from one of the different rooms in which you've spent the night, looking entirely too relaxed. Maybe more relaxed than ever. With the one exception of
I come out of my
Sully
room like this.
messing up his hair. The wizard is the first to
Good
arrive.
morning.
Sully, just before, so we can avoid confusion here for the moment, I've got Sully on Morcon's camera for now. I'll just... but just to let you know, you are not currently with the party. We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Down in this room, oh wizard, you find your ally Hawkwind, the hawk-headed man who will now be your, I suppose, ruler-to-be of the city. You find him sitting down, smoking from a hookah pipe, and playing a complicated game of triple regicide against Marika, the gigantic woman who was at the front of the place when you arrived. They're currently playing a game of triple regicide. There are 3 non-continuous boards made out of greenstone in which little pieces hang in the air in different configurations. Each one of these pieces is lovingly crafted out of jade stone. And for lack of a better term, they're animated. They're moving as if they were alive, only a tiny scale. Whenever one of the players takes a turn, the other one takes up a musical instrument and begins to play. And so whenever one is playing and thinking, the other one is playing music, and they alternate with one another. Marika plays a small folk. You look at the board?
Okay. What should I do I want to talk to the hawk guy?
You could talk to him.
a recap. Give me some time because I need a recap. This hawk-headed guy is the guy we saved. This is the brother from the previous Ridger who's dead and left,
Yes.
and we get the thing to give it to him.
That's correct.
That's it.
So his brother
All right.
was originally the regent of the city, duly appointed by
Yeah.
the high houses, sort of republicanistically. However, the brother was defeated in battle, but what his defeater failed to take from the body was the badge of office, the lute, thunder roar, an enchanted musical instrument that serves as the key to the, call it the reactor, at the center of the floating pyramid that is the seat of power in this city. You see that right now he is strumming it and sort of getting used to it in between different gameplay moves. Now,
I look at him and I say, why don't you take more time practicing with that and I'll finish the game?
well, I assume you know how to play the game of kings.
I do. I don't, but I will make it. I will make a.
So you can make an intelligence check here because this looks familiar to you.
Roll a dice. Okay, a dice of 20. I'm coming. That's an 18, motherfucker, plus 10. Whoa, that's 28.
Holy shit. So you actually needed that because on a low roll, you would have realized that this is essentially chess. It goes by many different names in many different worlds, but somehow some variant of this game tends to appear in civilized societies. You would know this as the Archmage. Like the elves have had like 20... The world you come from, there have been like 20 different versions of it. This is a particularly complicated one because it includes 3 different battlefields at the same time. The middle one is pieces. The one on top is aerial soldiers, whereas the one below represents the interactions between spells. So pieces can actually only move between the 2 on top. And there's
So these guys were fucking playing Shadowrun.
What?
They were playing Shadowrun.
Yeah, basically, it's some complicated shit. So, you take up the game and you think you'll be able to play it very competently. You take a look at the board, and since I have never played Star Trek 3D chess, I'm just gonna make a roll for the priestess Marika to see how she fares against you. Golden eyes stare back at you from behind heavy-lidded eyebrows, and she does something that I would have to be 20 times more nerdy than I actually am in order to accurately describe. You would say that you have a real opponent here. So, just to give a quick recap to Aku, what happened during the previous session, among other things, is that the party was able to rescue Hawkwind from prison. As you come down into the sitting room, you remember with sorrow the death of your compatriot, the sergeant in black armor known as Empanada, who was slain by having a spear thrust into his neck.
Sorry.
Who's
No.
My back. My phone.
He was most definitely not on top of the world at that point in time. Yes, he did deserve better. Now, the houses of healing of the Empire are not necessarily places of prostitution. People who come here come because they need a piece of their soul healed. Now, it is up to you what exactly you required of the priestess or the priest with red feet last night. So tell us, Aku, how do you look, how do you feel when you come down into the sitting room? Hey, it is the fate of a warrior, and he had outlived the usual timeline for most soldiers of the Empire by quite a lot. So with equanimity in your step, you come down and sit among the rest. That leaves us with one last person to come down, as through the walls you can hear that Murakan's night is still going. That is how we're going to justify his non-appearance here.
Yeah. Can I say that I'm there's a conversation that I would like to have with the priestess, the one that was healing me, and most likely I did things with.
Absolutely. So this woman's name is Perry, and you are currently sitting in let's say you're sitting in bed, and although you are at full HP, you likely have some kind of minor break in your pelvis.
Yeah,
We're not gonna go deep into that, you know. And she takes a look at your arm, which she bandaged and fixed and pulled an arrow out of the other day, and goes, "This will heal well.
Thank you.
You did well not to have it further damaged during the night."
Yeah. Listen, I got a couple weird questions that you may well choose not to answer.
Oh
They
no,
tend to
honey,
tread on-
we can't get pregnant. It's part of.
What? No, that's not it. No. Although,
Yeah, that's the curse.
no,
Can't
here's the
catch-
thing.
Can't catch most diseases either.
But do you have a notion of motherhood?
Of course. I had a mother, as well as a tribe.
How do I put this? I am the result of what was likely an unwilling conception. And I guess the question that I have is, why would anyone carry on something forced upon them? By my accounts, I shouldn't have been born, and yet I was. Of course, I cannot ask her. She died on labor. I never met her.
I'd say, well, first off, life is tenacious. Anywhere in the multiverse, life wants to live. Merely by existing, you already had the right to exist, and nobody can take that from you. And secondly, I'd say that you were loved. Love can take many different forms. Many of them are painful to experience. But I would say that your mother wanted you to live. That's as much certainty. It's as much as I can say with any real certainty, you understand.
That's as much as anyone can say. But it comforts to know that at least someone else believes it. Thank you.
Am I listening to that?
Nope.
Not unless you're being a tremendous asshole.
No, I'm not being an asshole. I thought I was there. I mean, I am an asshole, but I'm not going to be that much of an asshole.
That's absolutely fair. And she says then, the ideal circumstances are extremely rare. And so, well, the other thing about love is that it can create bonds that are all the more meaningful than even those that exist regardless of it. You know why Lady Boa is so rare? Why elves are almost always animals from families?
No,
So,
I'm not from here.
well, surely you'll have noticed that amongst our peoples, there are many that occasionally transform into animals, or who, in their guise, have the characteristics of some animal form. That is
Plenty of birds.
Yes, the bird elves are common here. Here is the thing. In our world, it is common, or rather, it is possible for anyone and anything to transcend. It is a gift of life, the moon and the sun.
That does explain something I saw.
It seems that part of what's required is a deep willingness to have a type of mind. And so most elves come from species that have families, be they birds of a flock, mammals, fish sometimes, but reptiles, the cold-blooded, rarely do. Our wise men who are wise in the ways of animals say that the thoughts of reptiles are simple: flee, eat, hide, attack, bask in the sun. Love.
There's a certain shimmer that I know who needs extra protection then.
Oh. Well then. We do take in people who only have love as a boon to give. But I guess
He has parents.
And there is the ticket. That is the thing. Caring for both oneself and someone else seems to be the most important part of transcendence.
This Lady Boa didn't have.
Well, the story goes she had no reason to care about anything way back when the Empress walked the earth. Or at least that was until she was impaled on her spear and had no choice but to bow down to care about at least somebody else's power. But that is history and myth. I hope I have been useful to you.
Yes. Thank you again. Perrin, right?
Perry.
Harry. Well, I'll leave you to it. I gotta join my compatriots! And I stand up.
You stand up, and your legs creak as you make your way down the stairs, enjoying the rest during this game. Now, I'm just going to take a quick moment here to go away from the party so that we can address the current location of our friend Sully. Now, Soli, you may be surprised to know that a few days have passed, because what occurred during one of our previous sessions was that you had a heart attack, and time was pressing, and so the party left you in the care of your erstwhile ally, the Beastmaster Capek, in one of the rooms at the 3P bar, higher in the Tenki wall. Here's the issue, though. You come to consciousness, and there is a very complex feeling. On the one hand, you feel snugly, all wrapped up, as if you were being put into a swaddling cloth, like when you were a baby. However, this cloth is completely restrictive. You have no movement at all. The other sensation is that your head is placed between very soft pillows and that you are moving at quite some rate of speed. Your eyes are closed. It smells nice. Now your senses are feeling a little bit dull. Would you like to roll me a perception check?
Seven.
With a 7, you still aren't sure, man. It's like you swear you might be being held by your mother? What has happened here? Are you a baby again? Did you die and did your life start all over? Huh.
Can I try to escape the sheets?
You can certainly try. Please give me a, let's call that a athletics check.
Okay, this is the 8. 18.
With an 18, you
18 plus.
No, fue 9 más 8.
that's a very powerful 18. But with an 18, you're not quite able to break your bonds, but you realize that you break free from someone's or something's hold, and then reality charges back up at you. Your face, the side of your body hits the ground, cold stone beneath you, and with a start, your eyes open. You realize that you're not at the 3P's bar. You are in some grand hall. The ceiling is very high. Green stone swims around the edges of your vision, and you see gold trimmings everywhere. Sound is still slowly filtering in as your senses come back to you. And then somebody picks you up again from the ground, and you are face to face with the lower half of a woman's face and a big old honking pair of humanahongros, just a big old pair of homangalahangalas, just a grand old pay. They're just fantastic little hongare tonkeries here, you know what?
A pair of displayed artillery.
Can I grab them?
I'm afraid that your arms and legs are not free, but it doesn't matter because you are then quickly placed between them, looking forward.
Nice.
Now, not everything is fine and dandy, because you realize, as your vision returns to you, that it's as if flakes of snow are falling from above. With a better look, you realize that this person seems to be shedding a lot of dandruff? No, skin. Lots of dead skin are just falling around as she moves and carries you forward through the room until you reach, something strange. It looks like a flower, if a flower was the size of a small bus, there is a bud sort of sticking to the ground, a thin stem, and then an enormous flowing crown where there are a lot of leaves sort of pushed together like a flower before it opens at dawn. And then you hear the voice of the person that is carrying you. Why, Miss Orchid? I believe I found one of your boys. You then hear a muffled sound coming from the flower. Well, this one's, he's a handsome little fella, but he's not going to be rescuing you. Oh, no, girl. I need you to stay here. Without you, this whole place will come down. Oh, you've woken up. She grabs you and turns you around like a baby. And now you are seeing her face to face. So, to say that this would be a beautiful woman would be an understatement, but it's that way in that reborn people are just more than human. Every faction is perfect. But for the fact that her eyes are slitted up and down like a snake's, she has lustrous black hair, very pale, fair skin, elongated fangs, and about half her face is currently covered by what looks to be dead skin in the shape of Capek. So you put 2 and 2 together and go, oh shit, Capek was never alive. This woman was transformed into him. Hello, Sully. How do you feel?
I feel confused. I don't know what to say.
That's right. And confused you will remain. She kisses you on top of the forehead and then unceremoniously throws you in the air, where you get, after a brief parabola, caught by decidedly less gentle arms. There is somebody massive, clearly wearing armor from the way that you can feel it press against you.
Cold. Okay.
And a very deep voice says, "Where shall I put this one, daughter?" "Oh, take him to the dungeon. Up in the... I mean, can't we kill him?"
Kill me? What?
Do not
Can I
think
fight?
that
Can I
once.
do something?
Listen, if you roll a 20,
Okay.
give it a try.
Okay. Dos.
Heal.
You wriggle around a little and really don't manage
Go.
much.
Panic wiggle!
So the guy who is currently holding
go.
you looks down and goes, "I don't think it would be wise to kill them. Our captive might become uncooperative. Bonds
If
of
you
family."
kill me, I will revive and I will kill you again.
So the person that looks down at you is by far the biggest man that you have seen in all of your time here. And this is already a fucking civilization of giants, right?
I'm a dwarf. I mean, he's bigger than me,
He looks at you
I believe.
with a face like Kratos before he's had his coffee, and then
Boy.
does this. I guess I'll put him in one of the chambers. And then he turns around and leaves. And there's a lot of walking as you go up and down a few levels. And eventually, you are placed on top of something softer, and the wrappings are removed from you. And this time you can see. You're currently in a richly decorated palatial room. All around you, there is the feeling of fresh air. You can see some light coming in from the east. There are, golden furnishings everywhere. And the guy who is coming with you, takes a couple steps back and looks at you and goes, "You must be Sully. You are very lucky indeed. I met your friends a couple of days ago. If I hadn't, you would be in a jail right now. Somewhere dark and deep where we could forget about you. Now, I am going to have to pretend that I am your enemy. I am not sure how much time we'll have. Things will either happen tonight, or they will happen in a moon from now.
Okay.
But I suggest when I come in the room that you scream. Do I have to help you with that?
Maybe. Yeah. Be careful because I am really strong, and if I hit you, I could kill you with my super strength.
He looks like genuinely bemused, like delighted. He also doesn't believe you for a fucking second. He puts he literally lowers down on his haunches, puts his face at your height and goes, "Punch me."
No, I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry. I have killed dragons.
So have I.
With my little finger.
Oh, I haven't done that.
Wait, are you a fucking dwarf barbarian or are you a fucking bard? Like, motherfucker, what are you trying to pull?
Both.
You look old.
I don't know what I am right now.
You look old.
I
Go
am
ahead.
old.
Punch me.
Okay,
Try me.
lo intento. I try to match you.
Go for it. Are you gonna go into a rage before you do?
No.
All right then. Roll to hit. You can roll with advantage.
11. ¿Puedo hacer con atletismo?
I mean,
you
remember you're rolling with advantage.
So you can roll
twice
another
and take the
dice
highest.
and take the higher
Twice.
one.
20.
It's a critical hit. Is that 20 on the dice? Okay, roll for damage then.
Okay. 9. Ooh.
So you hit
If it's
Tutu.
damage, you roll twice. Like, it's
Okay.
double damage.
Double damage. 11. 9 and 11.
So that's 20 healthy points
20.
of damage, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, now please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, you're gonna break your hand.
6.
So here's what happens. In quite frankly, astounding display of strength and courage, you punch Tutul in his. Do you punch him in the face or do you punch him anywhere else? So you
No,
go
in
for
the chest. Like,
You go for the chest. Now, you are a dwarf. You are tough. You've quite literally sometimes broken rocks with your hands. The feeling of taking damage back from just hitting someone is new, however. It's like you have punched a piece of diamond. You take half of the damage that you dealt directly back to you.
okay.
As a tremor and a cracking sound goes back up your arm. But you do notice a little bit of purpleness where you hit. The guy actually stands up and goes, "Impressive.
I told you.
Very impressive."
That was
shit. Oh, shit.
No, y solo dice, and I didn't go hard on you.
That was soft. That was a weak shot.
Now, do you need me to punch you so you can scream?
A pinch in the arm will be okay. Discreet.
Of course, when he pinches you, he actually takes up your entire bicep. So if I need you to please roll me a what is it, a performance check? Roll me a performance check, please, with advantage.
Okay.
So that's usually adding charisma.
Correct. I have -2.
Ooh.
That's 11. No, 3 en el lado.
So you yell and scream in pain, but it is short-lived.
Claro, o sea, me sacó como 5 gatos del bíceps.
Yeah. He takes one look at you and goes, "Unfortunately, that won't be enough."
Ooh.
And with that, the camera is going to exit the top floors of the command pyramid and go back down to the city, to down, well past the monkey, and into the underground chamber where we left our other 3 healers. Now that everyone is gathered here, Hawkwind stops strumming the lute and says, "Well, gentlemen, I hope your hearts are full. I believe we have some matters to attend.
Yeah.
Now, please run it by me one more time. What exactly do you plan to do?"
So, how do I put this? The lady currently running the show here has held hostage the leader of our settlement far that way.
All right, yeah, cousin White Orchid.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, we have come to learn that if White Orchid leaves, this city goes kaput, in the most literal sense of the word.
Pretty much, yeah. Without access to the reactor room, upon the sharing, it won't be possible to directly feed the magical core that keeps our buildings afloat, that keeps the enchantments around the city alive, and keeps the monsters and the jungle out. Quite frankly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the plan is for you to take that place, so she can come with us.
Just one question, though. What is to stop Agile Jeeb of the Boa? We also, what a stupid fucking name. How do I explain it? Her name means cocktease.
Meaning?
Meaning that's whoever her parents were gave her the name cocktease. That's... Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. What's to stop Mrs. Cocktease from just killing me and taking the loot for herself?
We are going to break the news of her ploy in the middle of the sharing.
Okay, I see the logic of that. But how the fuck are you gonna get there? You understand that the entire city doesn't fit on the central days of the plaza, right? It's only gonna be the high and mighty, the noble houses, and other special guests that are going to be right at the center of the ceremony. Everybody else shares from afar.
You suggest we do.
Well, so the problem is you need to get up there. Well, the way I see it, There's a few options. Let me just get down to here. You know, during the sharing, there's more than just religion going on. Before the ceremony itself, there's going to be a banquet. In fact, since the monthly ceremony is also tonight, technically all around the city there is going to be festivities. After all, you can't bleed on an empty stomach, not unless you want to pass out. So, we could, or you could, actually, because I'm a lover, not a fighter, you could try to get in with the fishermen courts. So long as you were able to hunt and kill something nice, big, evil, and tasty, that'd give you probably enough political cachet to go upstairs, so to speak, and serve it. So,
There's a problem with that. We are already fugitives, so showing up there might not be even possible in the first place. Originally, we had the plan of having the whale lady drop us in, but let's say that went in a different way and they are now unavailable.
Why don't you roll me a quick intelligence or a quick investigation check just to gather up the facts as you know them. Aku, you can also roll on this one.
14 plus 1, that's a 15.
And how much for Aku? $15 and a 16, not far apart. Well, you guys remember the conversation that you had with Tutul, the big warrior who was featured in the previous scene. And while he said that the police probably wouldn't give you shit, your ally still ended up with a spear on the neck. So it seems that his authority doesn't spread too far. That being said, he will be at the ceremony, and you really doubt that the people ostensibly serving him and his daughter-wife will attack you if you're able to make it up there. So there is a matter of getting across the threshold. You probably won't be attacked if you're able to make it to the ceremony itself.
What do you mean? I mean, I am an experienced prisoner.
Politically speaking, it's a weird moment to give prisoners. You really wouldn't take a wanted fugitive over to a temple, would you? Unless people do religion really weirdly where you guys come from.
They do. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, the more you learn. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is you would want to curry favor with some of the people that are actually invited. That would probably make it easier for you to pass undetected, or rather to have a...
Wait, hang on. Aren't you a rock star or something?
I guess I'm more of a son of a descendant of a rock. How do I haven't toured very much. I'm known around the city.
But you were scheduled to play maybe a couple days ago. And
yes. But now I'm also about as wanted as you are.
As far as everyone knows, I would say that only guards know, not the populace.
Well, that's one thing. Yeah, I guess we could try to pass ourselves off as a band. But can you play any instruments?
I can scream a lot, but I don't think that's what you're looking for.
Screaming is what I do, actually, so no double takesies. Hmm.
I'm a good bouncer.
How about your friend, the one that can do the shadows thing? And you guys now continue hearing a sound that is going like, as Murakami is not actually here to be part of the conversation.
I guess. I have no idea. Maybe he does.
I mean, well, from what I know, I was thinking more of the moving through the shadows thing, but that might be kind of difficult.
Apparently not for him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The truth burners are gonna be there as well. The
And
temple...
We're counting on that.
No, the Temple of Fire. The thing is, they project a fire so strong, there might not be enough shadows to move through. So you might not be able to count on that. Not unless you foul
wow.
their senses somehow.
No, we need them at their best because they're a key part of this. See, we have a pigeon man. And this pigeon man did something really, really bad. Ordered by the snake lady on top. Or
Wait,
the
is
ones running the show for her.
that Corpalomus? Is it that asshole?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm not
So the
particularly
plan
fond of the
is-
guy. Let's say that. He stiffed me a few times.
Trust me, none of us are. The point is, we want to get this motherfucker close to the fire priests, because he cannot lie around them. And we're gonna get him to spill the beans in front of the fucking church of the entire empire.
Well, in front of the high and mighty, but most importantly, in front of the ruling families of the city. So,
Close enough.
I think I start to see the point of your plan. What if... No, that's still a month away.
What?
Are you in much of a hurry?
I know. Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Have you seen the Great Green Tit?
What?
The cactus, the massive cactus on the other side of town.
Maybe when we were coming in.
Right, so among the people that live with us, there are a race of people called the Cactae. Long story, I'm not a history professor. But every year, at least during one of the sharings, yes, it's a great green tit. So it's actually a barrel cactus. It's very round and it's got a massive flower on top. But from far away, you could swear that it's, well, if Maria Theresa was an orc. You know? Anyhow. So here's the thing. At least a couple of times a year, the flower on top of that detaches and the delegation is flown up to the main sharing ritual, whereupon they drink some of the blood. And we use that to grow, essentially, the armor that you've seen legionnaires wear. It's a complicated process. I don't really want to talk about it. But if you were able to get in the good graces of the Cactae colony, you would be able to fly up with them. Hello?
A month from now?
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Your friend is captured. Lady White Orchid as well. However, Agile Jib cannot kill her. She needs her to run the city. If I know her, she would also probably not kill your friend. If only because enough heartbreak will make White Orchid's magic untenable.
Yeah, but here's another onion on this pot. Our friend Sully is already dying of age. He already had a heart attack last time we had him with us. So I'm not willing to bet on a month of heart attacks and him just surviving.
Oh. Well, that certainly puts a damper on that.
Where the fuck is Loki?
Oh, he actually, I think you left him at the 3 Ps, so you guys are currently disconnected. If I got that
Did
right.
we? No. He was with us with Ozar when we left the city. He gave us the portal.
Oh, right. So he put you through the portal, but he actually went with Ozar and Lady Brankia off to open the clown box. Remember you did that deal?
Yeah.
Oh, because he couldn't go and get his tools at his place, he basically had to take his sweet-ass time to get it done. So they all went back to your main settlement. Oh, those are not immediately available. If I'm remembering things correctly. Which I might not be. It's been a long time since we did that.
I have an idea. Because if I remember correctly, Cor Palomas knows this place inside and out. And he has agreed to help to a certain degree. He also said he has pull. And if he doesn't have pull, he has done enough shady business to probably give us a tip on how to drop into the fucking sharing.
Certainly an avenue you could try. The last thing I can really think of is talking to my granddad, if you could do such a thing.
Your granddad?
Well, I guess I haven't told you my full name, have I? My complete name is not actually Hawkwind. That's more of what you call a shortening. My full name is Illyrio Rock of the Silver Wind, Hawk of Tenki. My brother and I, our family, were direct descendants of one of the ancient rocks from the eastern forest, the gigantic eagles that originally came here thousands of years ago. They don't really age the same way that we do. But by that same token, they're not people the way we are. Not most of the time. So they can't really be... I guess what I'm saying is if you knew where he was.
You're gonna have to be more specific. Remember, I am not from here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Crocs, man. Giant eagles.
We ran into a giant bird on the way here, but...
Did it attack you?
We kind of... behaved, and he didn't?
Yeah, that sounds like Grandpa. He's reasonable.
Oh shit, you are... God damn it. That's like a week's travel from here.
Oh.
Or
Time.
at least that's where we last saw him. Do you have a way to call him?
Let me think. Do you have a way to float?
Let's look at the wizard. Oh, wait, he's on the phone.
What up? Sorry.
Hey, do you have a way to float?
Yes, it's called fly.
Right, but with company.
Sure.
Didn't we all come in a flying disc with you?
That's what I'm gonna get. So I look into my pocket and grab my gigantic disc and get it out of my pocket like a fucking cartoon.
So it somehow comes out and he goes, whoa! Jesus. Talk about women's pants and wizards' robes, huh?
There you go. And this is my small pocket. You got to see the big one.
Oh. I don't want to know what you keep in there. So, this loot, Thunder Roar, you... It's just, if I explain it, I think you'll say no. But if we can get
You don't know me.
Listen. We already.
I look at him. No, hold on. I look at him and say, "You know how we made this thing?
How?
With my blood. So don't judge me."
Also, we already agreed to go and talk to a war titan.
Oh, you're insane. That makes this a lot easier. Well, I have one last question. Have you ever played baseball?
What the fuck is that?
Baseball?
And this is the exact place where I would stop it so that the next session start is all the much funnier. This is the perfect place so that tomorrow's session starts off with a bang. Oh, God.
We're looking at our faces like, what the fuck is that?
Well, Aku, you would know. People play baseball here, but for the other two, it's going to be a ride. Okay, I know that it's a very, very short session start, but it's actually important because it solved a number of issues and clarified us on our position. So this will be the exact place where we'll start tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of narrative, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow, more or less on time. I love you, my boys. Take care of yourselves. And tomorrow, a couple of hours before the game, we'll do whatever technical checks we need to do. Any character upgrades or sheet stuff that you need done, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, doesn't Sully or will Sully level up?
Well, that's the thing. The reason I had you be tortured by a gigantic warrior is to give you a reason to toughen the fuck up. So yeah, you can level up to level 6 if you're not already there, Sully.
Okay.
So we can get the numbers done tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow I gotta go to Barranquilla. I have a meeting at 1. So I'll see if I can join before. I want to try to be back before the game time, okay?
Okay, you just let us know. Let's coordinate on the WhatsApp and we'll start off.